everyone, welcome back to Eastwick Cottage Garden. It has been a while. It is now actually Eastwick Cottage Jungle. There's been a lot of growth. We've had a lot of rain. There's a lot of heat. I know all over the country, all over the world, the weather has been really crazy this summer. I hope you guys have been doing well. We've been doing okay here. Still recovering, and it's been a little more difficult than I expected. Jazz is doing well. She's grown up and she has been spayed. So she's 7 months old, almost 8 months old. So we have been moving along. I'm going to show her soon. I wanted to jump on here really quickly just to remind you, if you have lavender, that it's coming time to harvest it if you want to harvest it for sachets and things like that. So I'm going to show you some of the lavender that I have in the property right now. And today I plan to do a big harvest of it because it's dry. It's been dry for a couple of days. The problem has been it's been so rainy that the lavender's been wet. So you want to harvest it when it's dry and then let it like dry out a little bit, like on a table or on a brown paper bag or something like that. But I'm going to show you what we have, and then I'm going to show you a couple of other things that are going on in the garden. So here in the immersive bed, we have our oldest phenomenal lavender plant. And as you can see, the stalks are starting to turn yellow. And this is a good indication that it's getting ready to be ready for harvest. I'm going to go ahead and harvest these now and then kind of dry them out on probably the living room table because there's going to be a bunch of them. We're going to get some more rain, so I wanted to get them taken care of now. August is kind of the time you want to start trying to gather your lavender, but we've had such hot weather and such weird weather that I just want to preserve these for what I can do now, and I don't want them to rot. So they're starting to turn brown. I want to kind of keep them at more of the blue color just for freshness. They still smell good, but I want to get them as soon as I can so that they can start, so I can harvest them and use them in sachets and things like that. I'm going to come inside the garden a bit. And you can see things are really blooming throughout the garden bed. I'm going to walk back here to this other lavender plant. This is the lavender plant that we planted this past fall. And as you can see, there's still some green on there, right? So these stalks are very flexible and very bendy, and there's still some flowers on them. So we don't want to harvest these yet because they won't be able to dry properly. So I'm going to leave these. There are some down here that are a little bit further gone, but I think they got too wet. So they do smell good, but I don't want to necessarily take the chance and getting a bad batch. So hopefully next year we'll have a better batch, but that's what we're going to do. Hopefully today get a bunch of the lavender from the other plants. You can see the lobelia back here is coming into bloom again. You can see the flowers on there. So I'm going to grab some of the taller stalks. I have a lot of weeding to do. And then back in this corner here, you can see that the little lime hydrangea is doing great. I'm going to cut some of these flowers so that they can dry. There's a couple of other things I wanted to show you. One is that we had a massive drop of wood chips. One of my neighbors had a tree cut down, and I asked the people that were cutting down the tree if they wouldn't mind just dropping the wood chips in the yard. I'm going to use them for mulch this year. It's not really in the budget to do the fancy mulch this year, so this was pretty much free. And there's a lot of it, and I need a lot of mulch. So I'm going to walk you over here to the long border, and you can see that we've already started putting a little bit in practice. I did several bucket loads, so there's several more to do. But this flower bed is doing great. Just wanted to kind of give you a little bit of a brief update to see how everything's coming in. I'm really happy with how things are blooming and coming up. Some things are struggling a little bit, but I think they'll come around next year and be fine. So we had a lot of good color on the crepe myrtles. They smell really, really good, very super sweet. But this is how the garden is, this garden bed is turning out this year. So it's been very nice to see it. Put a bunch of plants in, and the plants were planted in the fall. The shrubs here, you can see this is a yellow twig dogwood, and this is the brandywine viburnum, and they are growing very happy in their homes. And this, I'm really happy about this, just real quick. Down here, this was the last of the diamond spire gardenias, and it was pretty much dead. It had a little bit of growth on it. I had faith in it, and it is starting to come back. So hopefully that'll give us some good color. I put it in a place where it's kind of blocked by the house and the church next door, so it's a little bit more sheltered. So hopefully it'll last the winter. You can see this yellow twig dogwood has gone for it. It is really, really big. And I need to come in and cut back the forsythia here again. So I got a plant load, and I'll be sharing more about the new plant load that I got. But we had some Russian sage, and Blue Jean Baby is the variety of this one, and it's doing well and loving its home right here. But this is a view going back through there, and there's Jazz. She sees me. There's Jasmine barking. I also wanted to share what's going on in the front garden here. I need to do a lot of deadheading around, but I just wanted to show you that we did finish putting in the flower beds in the front, actually setting them up, and we started planting in them. So my plan here for back in this area along the fence all the way around and over on that side over here is to have hydrangeas on this side of the fence. So you'll see those blooms in the summer, and then have the roses on the other side. So if you can see over here, just really quickly, that this rose, it's grown a lot since yesterday actually. This is Woolerton Old Hall, and it is blooming. I'm going to go out and show you. And I've been training it. There's mosquitoes everywhere. It's disgusting. I've been training it on the fence. So very happy about that. So I'm going to go on the outside, and I'll show you what we've done on the outside. So out here, we have done the flower beds out here. I started planting. So we saw that we planted the euonymus greenspire, and I planted some grasses here. This is a GM that the sun has gotten to it, but it is still alive. You can see there's some new growth down in the bottom there. I've been watering them, but the sun has been vicious. I put some sage out here as well, and here are the blooms you can see on the Woolerton Old Hall, and you can see that how well it's been growing. Some more grasses. I planted this poor little Rudbeckia. It's still blooming, it's still alive, so hopefully next year it had a good root base. I had two others and they did not have good roots, and they didn't make it. So hopefully I could get another version of these, two more of these. But you can see that this one's blooming, so it is still alive. Hopefully next year it'll be doing much better. Ignore this. This is all going to be covered with mulch. This is the cardboard and compost that we did to establish the flower bed. So I'm going to cover it all up with wood chips, and you'll never know that it's there. But here we have more kind of the same plantings, but this is the Fruity Petals rose. And this is the inside flower bed from the outside. There's another Russian sage. And here we planted, this is an azalea. They're going to be white. I planted one on either side of the driveway. I wanted something shorter, not to get in the way of the burning bush and the vision for pulling in and out of the driveway. And on this side we have more of the same. We have another azalea and Russian sage. And this is another Woolerton Old Hall. This one accidentally got cut down by the lawn people. but it is coming back and thriving. It should be probably the same size as the other one, but it is doing well, and it has been blooming over the summer and spring. And we have more grasses. This one's actually blooming already. This is great. So I'm going to plant some more things in this area here. Just haven't decided what. This bed is bigger than the other two, so I need to fill this in with other things. But as you can see, this is monstrous and definitely needs to get cut back. And plus there's a tree weed in there that we need to get out. But that will come later. And I don't know if you can see in the distance there, there's Jasmine on top of the wood chip pile. She likes to be on there so she can see everything. One thing I did want to show you in this flower bed. So there was a little tiny tomato plant that decided to live here. And it has now grown into this massive monstrosity. I'm going to be cutting it back some. I did have to take some tomatoes off of it. They're like cherry tomatoes. They're very delicious, but it is taking over everything. I have things planted underneath it that are being choked out. But I wanted to show you guys all of this before I cut it down. It's been kind of crazy. So I just wanted to come on here really quickly just to say hi and say we're still here, we're still doing some things. It's taking a little bit longer. Have to deal with being tired and, you know, a little bit achy, but we're still making things work even though it's taking a little bit longer. And hopefully when it cools off, we'll be able to put up more videos more often to like fall cleanup and things are blooming in the fall. So I miss you guys and I hope you guys have been doing well. And I hope to see you in upcoming videos. Take care. Bye-bye.